Dang, you got 2. Good job.
How many did you get? 1?
Good morning. We are playing Splish Splash, where you roll this dice and you drop this ball, and it's a hoot. I'm way behind on riding. It just is what it is. It hasn't really been that big of a priority for me since getting back from being out of town for so long. But today's Saturday. I have 2 days to ride 12 hours.
Splish Splash.
Bingo! There we go. Boom! All right, so today we are talking about how to make cycling more enjoyable. Dude, cycling rips, but it can rip way more, or it can rip way less, depending on the things you do. On a scale from 1 to 10, where does your enjoyment level of cycling fluctuate between? From the highest to the lowest?
Oh, it could definitely go from 1 to 10. 10 is a sick ass group ride with all my friends hanging out, like just having fun, playing bikes. It's a sprint for the town sign, stuff like that. And then like there's days you have to do intervals on the trainer and you're like, this sucks.
That's a bit extreme, 1 to 10. I mean, I've felt 10. I don't think I've ever been on the bike and felt a 1. All right, so my #1 tip to make cycling more enjoyable is to have the right equipment. Now, that's weird because I'm not an equipment guy. I'm the worst mechanic ever. Let's check in.
Yes.
My equipment's always trashed, and that diminishes my experience of cycling. When you wake up to flat tires, shifting not working, your headset's loose, that's gonna make it less enjoyable. Also, having the right equipment for the job. If you're going out and riding gravel and you're on a skinny tire road bike with 23s, it's not gonna be super enjoyable. And now this gets real subjective because not everyone likes the same thing. Having an oval ring has made my cycling way more enjoyable. I love the oval ring, but maybe you don't. So finding the right products that work for you and fit with you to make riding more fun. And the third part of this is that maybe get a bike that's within your price range. It doesn't need to be a $10,000 bike to enjoy cycling. And in fact, I think that having a bike you're not super worried about banging up or crashing or getting a scratch will make cycling way more enjoyable for you. It's all about mitigating stress and anxiety. And if you have a credit card payment on your bike and that's causing anxiety and stress within your family and you don't want to ride in the rain, that's gonna be hard to enjoy. So finding the right blend between an ultra expensive bike and a, junkyard bike will definitely make cycling more enjoyable because when you're riding it, you'll be free in the mind of stress and anxiety that something's gonna happen to it. And also, you'll trust that it works. All right, so I'd say #2 is to find good people to ride with. Riding by yourself is significantly less enjoyable than riding with a good group of people. But keep this in mind, is that you don't need to have friends to go into cycling with you. You'll make friends in that cycling community. All my friends from high school, they wouldn't be caught dead riding a bicycle. So to find people that you enjoy riding with, it's a little scary. You gotta be sort of extroverty about it. But for the most part, what's so amazing about cycling is you can show up and straight say, hey, this is my first day on the ride. I don't know what I'm doing. And you'll get a lot of good people to take you under their wing. It can be difficult to find the rides and to find the right people that fit you because a full-on race ride, 60 miles, poop pants effort, probably not enjoyable for a lot of people. So you can ask around at the shops. Yeah, you can get online. You can follow these amazing meme accounts. They're really good about uplifting the community.
It is sarcasm 101. Be more gullible.
So tip #2, find yourself some good people to ride with. And don't be afraid to overreach a bit. If they're a little too fast, that's okay. You'll adapt, you'll overcome, you'll get better. Number 3 for how to make cycling more enjoyable is to find the right route for you. Now, we are shredding this Hero Dirt gravel back road, and it is so much fun. But not everyone has the bike skills or the confidence to enjoy riding on the dirt. Or maybe you crashed once, and this is just not fun for you. Different strokes for different folks, as they say. And so sometimes a flat ride through the city is what you dream of. Or you want to be in the mountains climbing forever. Maybe you want to ride in cold or hot or whatever. You got to find what routes work for you. And whatever's in your area, don't assume that that's what it has to be. Like, okay, well, all the guys do this one ride, but I don't really like it. I don't find it enjoyable. Maybe go find a long lost gravel road, and that to you might make it more enjoyable. So having good equipment with good people on a good route, 10 out of 10. You are enjoying it. The fourth tip would be to improve your bike handling skills so you have more confidence while riding. If you are terrified of clipping into your pedals and that's what you're thinking about the whole ride, just pinging in your brain over and over, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, that's gonna wildly diminish your enjoyment level of cycling. Now, I did a video about this a while back actually, about how to practice. Like, we never practice. We never go to a parking lot and try track standing or unclipping or going slow or turning tight. A lot of people are just thrusted into a full-on group ride with pace lines and attacks and climbs and descents. It's like complicated. And then everyone else kind of looks like they know what they're doing, so then you feel stupid to even ask, like, hey, aren't you afraid you're gonna crash? Aren't you afraid you're gonna unclip? I don't like being close to people. Why are you so close? So like right here, this is a pretty technical road for a road bike. I don't even know if you can call this a road, but I am having so much fun because I've done this before. I've learned how to ride, and I'm not afraid. I'm not scared of this route. I really am having fun. But like, if I brought a brand new rider out here with some giant gears, you know, 23 tires, they're not gonna have fun. And that doesn't mean that that's bad. It doesn't mean I'm better and they're worse. It just means that they haven't learned how to enjoy this with their bike handling skills. I'm gonna crash, I'm gonna crash, I'm gonna crash. Didn't crash. The first time I rode Unbound, I was terrified the whole time. 200 miles, terrified. But how are you gonna get good at anything if you never practice? You gotta go out and get your skills brushed up a little bit. And with better skills, I'm gonna crash, didn't crash. How are you gonna get better at something if you never practice it, right? And so you gotta come out, get it in the dirt, learn how to ride this kind of stuff, and it will make cycling more enjoyable because more routes will be accessible to you. And if you can ride all the routes on all the bikes, you're gonna enjoy cycling. This is nuts, dude. Yeah! Oh. Yes! I did it, I cleaned it.
Yeah, clipping. Still not clipping.
Okay, so good equipment that fits your budget and that works well. Finding the right people to ride with that suits your speed, your fitness level, and that are just good humans. Number 3 is to find the right route that suits you. If that's dirt, if that's climbs, if that's city, whatever. Number 4, improve your bike handling skills so that you can have better routes, more options. The people you're riding with, you don't feel so afraid being around them. You can alleviate the stress of clipping in and all these things so that you can enjoy cycling more. Now, number 5. All right, and number 5 might trigger some people, but is to be more fit. And look, I'm not saying you have to be a Chris Froome, super skinny, you know, crazy cyclist. You don't need a 5 watt per kilo to enjoy cycling, but I like riding. You know what I want to do? Ride all the time. You know what allows me to ride all the time? Better fitness. Now, fitness is relative. I'm not saying you need to compare yourself to anyone. Comparison is the thief of joy. Whatever level you are at now, if you got 5% more fit, you would enjoy cycling 20% more. Imagine not being afraid of a climb. Imagine a 100-mile ride is enjoyable 100 miles of the time. You know, my first century was the least enjoyable day I've ever had. I was cracked, bonked, laying on the side of the road at 20 miles. I hated it, but I was by myself. I was on bad equipment. I wasn't fit, had no bike handling skills, and had no idea about the route. And so I did not enjoy it. And then a few years later, I went to that same fondo, did the same route with a great group of people on better equipment, with better fitness. And guess what? I really enjoyed that ride. But it's a slippery slope. You really got to be careful. If you get too into fitness, you'll stare at your power meter all day long. You'll count calories all day long. You'll be worried about 1 or 2 pounds on your bike and aero and yada, yada, yada. And that makes cycling less enjoyable. But for me, I don't enjoy the work. I don't enjoy putting in the hours of training. I don't like it, but I do like the result. I like what comes of it. And in the video I made about the cycling mind hacks, you know, living in the future, I often live in the future of where I'm super fit and I'm enjoying bikes. So there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time for periodized training and staring at the power meter, you know, and not eating 10 pieces of cake, but you can't exist there all the time, right? You got to enjoy riding. And so be careful. It's a slippery slope. I went there and I really was in amazing places and couldn't take my eye off the power meter. It bothered me. Making cycling more enjoyable is all of those 5 things combined today, right? I mean, we are finding a new route, we're with good people, we're fit enough to where we can just fully enjoy this. Like, I'm not looking at the time, I'm not worried about the climbs. Our skill set is decent enough where we're descending in snow. Well, he's descending in snow, I'm tiptoeing. I mean, and dude, we're exploring. That's like a big other thing too, is going out there and trying to find new routes and getting lost in the woods. Kind of fun, man. Yeah, buddy, I had to put it to the young whippersnapper, man. 36 years old. It's so much fun to like give it the berries. You know, you open it up and going fast feels fun, man. Dude, I feel so freaking good. 180 beats per minute for like 20 minutes, no big deal. No big deal. Were you doing intervals?
No, I was trying to keep my power zone correct, like my coach said. And then I thought we were closer up the climb, so I was bridging to you at like a 450, got to you, and I thought that'd be at the last corner. if I did not know the climb at all, and then climbed back to you after I got dropped, and then I was like, I'm done.
I mean, I don't think it was technically a 5K at all. And
Wow, that's a big kiss. Ready? Energy high.
Hey guys, Mrs. VC here. So today, okay, so this is just a super quick dinner because it's super late, but Trader Joe's has great frozen stuff. Simple ingredients, not all this bad stuff in it, but this one's a Japanese rice. We sauteed it with a bunch of different veggies, and then we did these in the air fryers, vegetable pouches. So yum, all vegan. Topped it with some avocado and some seasonings.
And some soda.
And some soda.
Oh,
I drink Virgil soda, and so should you. Hashtag.
Grandma's sweet chili sauce. Ooh boy. Yum, yum, how.
Absolutely outstanding and probably the greatest solo sense of anything that's been done in North America.
Tomorrow at 8 a.m. Impossible Route 4 premieres. Amazing. So I won't have a vlog up tomorrow. At one point, I'm pushing the handlebars with my head because I'm just trying to do anything. Like, my head hasn't been used during this trip, so I'm using that to push my bike. So anyways, if you have an hour and some change to watch the Impossible Route 4 tomorrow, it would mean a lot. A lot of people put a lot of work into this, and it was a very special day. So anyways, you good, Bubs?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Winnie, you good?
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed these 5 ways to make cycling more enjoyable. There are tips and things that I've used that I believe can help make it more fun. So anyways, thank you for watching. As always, Vegan Cyclist.
Yeah!
This is episode 4 of season 1 of the Impossible Routes. Which is crazy to think that we have done 4 lifelong achievements. Like, if you just did one of these in your life, you would feel accomplished. We've done 4 of them in 1 year. And this episode, to be honest, I probably should have bowed out. I am the guy here to depict the average Joe's story of this impossible route. I am so far out of my element. Not only is the course just alone ridiculous, this route, but then the people that I'm with is gonna push me so far beyond what I am capable of.
My name is Ryan Petrie. I am a professional mountain biker, and my career is doing long rides because that's just what I love to do. So last year, my IT band flared up really bad. Since then, it was kind of an issue. Every day I would spend 30 minutes to an hour on PT and just foam rolling and everything I possibly could. Because all I want to do is be out in the mountains and be able to do these things that I live for. If I want to keep doing this career and I want to keep being able to do these things that I absolutely live for, I need to get to the bottom of this. So basically all this past winter, it's been rehab. It's been, how do I recenter my body? Unfortunately, in that process, I had a bunch of back issues, some SI joint. I've got a couple surgeries, and it really made me hone in on, like, why do I do this? Like, why, you know, I have to do so much PT and spending so much money just to be able to ride my bike. But every day I looked in the mountains and I said, this is why I do it. And the motivation was extremely high. All I've wanted to do is do a big ride in the mountains. To take on the impossible route, that was going to be my biggest challenge that I've had in years. And frankly, I was really nervous.